Yeah, she really is.
She is the short time.
Man, oh, it's freezing in here.
Feels pretty good.
I don't think so. You really get me in trouble. Are we ready? Welcome to the July 23rd meeting of the City Council. This is a special meeting, and if you'd like, please join me in prayer. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for all the many blessings that are bestowed on us right here in the best place in the world. We ask that you forgive our sins. We ask that you lead and guide us as we go through this meeting. In Jesus' name we ask these things. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just get right down to the business of this special meeting. Some municipal orders. Municipal order number 41, 2018 is accepting the bid from CFW Incorporated for concrete work for the Freeman Lake Park office building in the amount of $90,200.
Motion to read, Mayor.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Municipal order number 41-2018. Municipal order of the City of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from CFW Concrete, Inc. for concrete work for the Freeman Lake Park office building. At a special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from CFW Concrete, Inc. for concrete work for the Freeman Lake office building in the amount of $90,200. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve change order for this bid in an amount not to exceed $9,020, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the City of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July 2018.
Thank you, Matt. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Municipal order number 42, 2018, accepting the bid from Peters Electric for electrical work for the Freeman Lake Park office building in the amount of $51,300. Motion to read, please.
Motion to read, Mayor.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And none opposed. Thank you.
Municipal order number 42-2018, municipal order of the City of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from Peters Electric, Inc. for electrical work for the Freeman Lake Park office building. At a special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Peters Electric, Inc. for electrical work for the Freeman Lake Park office building in the amount of $51,300. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve change order for this bid in an amount not to exceed $5,130, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the City of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July, 2018.
Thank you, Matt. Motion to adopt the order.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Municipal order number 43, 2018, accepting the bid from Climate Control for plumbing, mechanical work for the Freeman Lake Park office building in the amount of $61,986.
Motion to read.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Municipal order number 43-2018. Municipal order of the City of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from Climate Control of Kentucky LLC for HVAC and plumbing for the Freeman Lake Park office building. At a special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Climate Control of Kentucky LLC for HVAC and plumbing for the Freeman Lake Park office building in the amount of $61,986. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve change order for this bid in an amount not to exceed $6,198.60, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the City of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July, 2018.
And motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Municipal order number 44, 2018, accepting the bid from 84 Lumber Company for heavy timber for the Freeman Lake Park office building in the amount of $188,423.14.
Motion to read.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Municipal order number 44-2018. Municipal order of the City of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from 84 Lumber Company for heavy timber labor and materials for the Freeman Lake Park office building. At a special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from 84 Lumber Company for heavy timber labor and materials for the Freeman Lake Park office building in the amount of $188,423.14. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve change order for this bid in an amount not to exceed $18,842, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the City of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to effect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July, 2018.
Thank you, Matt.
There's a question on that. That says labor. That's not the labor to install that. That's just labor
It
to
is the
install
labor
that
to
where they
install.
roll them. Okay.
Hey, do we have a? Hold on.
Hands up.
I only ship likes the price, Mayor. That's what I'm saying.
Chokes me too. Okay.
Let me see eye for you.
You all right? Okay. Do we have a motion to adopt?
Ah, it
Second.
was ship.
Second.
Those in favor?
Include chip.
Opposed? Great, okay. You all right? Okay. Okay, municipal order number 45, 2018, accepting the bid from CFW Inc. for concrete work for the American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $33,140. Motion to read, please.
Motion.
Wait a minute, how much was it for?
I heard.
$33,140.
The one I printed says
32.
37.
All right, did you read the,
Okay.
Did I read what?
Does it not say $33,140 on your order?
It says 37,240
Okay, well,
on mine.
mine is correct. Sorry. Okay,
Well,
well,
you're
it's
the
a
mayor.
one thing,
Well,
okay?
you're the mayor, I guess, huh?
So how much is it?
$33,140.
Well, honey,
What is it?
33.
It's the concrete work out at the golf house. Yeah, it should be 33,140.
The agenda says 30.
Oh,
It
Yeah.
says 37.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out, Marty. Okay,
We're spending the right amount of money.
okay, did we,
Motion.
all right, did you get a second?
I'm not sure. Didn't hear one.
Not yet.
Second with the amounts.
Let's see what Matt reads.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
Matt,
Matt
go
on
ahead.
this one though.
I'm gonna go with the mayor.
Go with the attorney.
That's really smart, Brian. Okay. Okay, does everybody agree?
Yes.
That you can read it?
You can read it.
All right.
Yes, that is-
All right.
I'm going to read the mayor's number.
Good. Thank you.
Municipal order
I'm
number,
gonna sign your check.
why do you think I'm reading your number?
No, Tony.
Municipal order number 45-2018. Municipal order of the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from CFW Concrete, Inc. for concrete work for the American Legion Golf House. At a special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the city of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from CFW Concrete, Inc. for concrete work for the American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $33,140. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve change order for this bid in an amount not to exceed $3,314, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July, 2018.
Thank you, Matt. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
All
Any opposed? Thank you. Municipal order number 46, 2018, accepting the bid from Gene Electric for electrical work for the American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $56,100. Motion to read, please.
Motion.
Second.
Those in favor?
All right.
Yes.
Municipal order number 46, 2018. Municipal order of the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from Gene Ray Electric Company for electrical work for the American Legion Golf House. At a special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the city of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Gene Ray Electric Company, Inc. for electrical work for the American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $56,100. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve change order for this bid in an amount not to exceed $5,610, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July, 2018.
Thank you, Matt. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Hey, municipal order number 47, 2018, accepting the bid from Knights Mechanical for plumbing and mechanical work for the American Legion Golf House in the amount of $40,000. Motion to read the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Municipal order number 47-2018, municipal order of the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from Knights Mechanical for HVAC and plumbing for the American Legion Golf House. A special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below. A motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the city of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Knights Mechanical, HVAC, and plumbing for the American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $40,000. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve a change order for this bid in an amount not to exceed $4,000, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July, 2018.
We have a motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, municipal order number 48, 2018, accepting the bid from 84 Lumber Company for heavy timbers, labor, and materials for the American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $79,716.82. Motion to read.
Motion.
Motion.
Okay, got a motion. Did you second?
Motion.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Municipal order number 48-2018, municipal order of the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, accepting bid from 84 Lumber Company for heavy timber, labor, and materials for the American Legion Golf House. At a special meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the city of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from 84 Lumber Company for heavy timber, labor, and materials for the American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $79,716.82. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to approve change orders for this bid in an amount not to exceed $7,972, 10% of the project cost. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city of Elizabethtown and/or her designate be, and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 23rd day of July, 2018.
Thank you, Matt. We have a motion to adopt.
Again, we've just got different numbers that are over here and stuff that we were sent. The 79,716, Ed,
Is under your framing and heavy timbers, labor materials. It's all four of those numbers, Marty.
Then
It's
add it up.
69,
We just added them
913,
together.
2,450, 5,453, and $1,900. It's all four of those items combined.
okay.
Total.
So 84 didn't put that on their one estimate that they sent.
No, we broke it down to both materials and labor costs. They happen to be the one that was
Gotcha.
low on all those. and
Okay.
So we combined all the numbers for you into one contract.
Thank you.
I have one more question too. They gave alternate quotes for pressure treating the timber. What is that? Does that keep it from deteriorating? I mean, did we do that at the nature park?
Yes.
We did do that? Are we not, but we're not doing it on this job? What I'm
No, we are.
asking.
We are.
So that is included in those
Yeah.
bids, those
Yeah.
alternate, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see those.
Okay, how far did we get? Got a adopt and a motion and a second, but we didn't say all in favor.
No, we need to adopt.
What, hon? Okay, we
Motion.
have a motion.
Second.
Okay, now, are you all ready to vote?
Yes.
Yes.
All in favor?
Yes.
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 Any opposed? No. Thank you very much. Now, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Are you all in favor of adjourning?
I think we've got it all.
If I can
figured
find
out.
my form, I'll go along with that, yes.
What form are you
I'm
looking
just
for?
joking,
Oh,
the
okay.
adjournment form.
Okay, we're adjourned. Okay. Now, I'd like to call to order the work session, the July 23rd Elizabethtown City Council. And we'd like to hear from Mr. Don Hill.
Mayor, City Council, good afternoon. Any statistics that I give you tonight, whatever the numbers are, and the mayor, if she corrects me, then they're right. So I'm going to start off. The mayor and Ed had asked me to give a report on some of the activities that Public Works has been involved in this year. So, it's a pleasure to update you all on some of the activities that we're doing, involved in. Some of them we're a part of, and we're helping other departments, and some of them we have the lead on. So I'm going to highlight four areas of the department tonight. First off, we'll start off with everybody's favorite. Well, maybe one of their favorites is paving. And so far this year, since January, 31 city streets have been resurfaced. One of those was Pritchard Parkway, and that surface material was installed last year. The base material was installed, and actually today, that street was opened, which again provides another access point into the industrial park. So we're certainly happy about that. The State Theater parking lot was resurfaced. Freeman Lake Park was partially resurfaced on the Ernie Williams end, and then some other parking areas. and they were both restriped, and the Pritchard Community Center was restriped. And the reason for those, one is that they needed them, but two is that there was some ADA compliance that we need to address as it pertains to van accessible handicap spots. So certainly we're glad to get those done. The downtown crosswalks have recently been restriped in time for cruising. Since January, 1,007 potholes have been repaired. Some of those are temporary repairs and some of them are permanent. Obviously through the winter, the asphalt plant's not open, so we have to do some temporary. So they are on the schedule to be permanently repaired. There are still some out there that we're addressing. During the last 3 weeks, we have been working out at the lake, hauling dirt, putting in place and compacting for the building pad for the bids that you just approved. A total of 289 loads of dirt have been hauled in place, put in place and compacted. Also out at the lake, footers have been poured for the new signage that are going to be at the entrances, one at Freeman Lake Park Road, and then the other one will be at Blue Heron Way. And we're waiting on materials to come in for those, so we'll start construction of those. Probably will be completed within the next couple of months. Our Street Services Division. Now, this group does a tremendous amount of work. Every other week, just to inform you all, every other week we mow the medians on Dixie from the south end of town up to the north end and beyond the city limits. We have an agreement with Radcliffe, and they mow south of their city limits to Highway 220. So we mow those medians every other week. We also do North Mulberry and South Mulberry, or 62 east and west. Right away that is mowed, one is the city streets, but we also mow the state roads, which are Ring Road, US 62 east and west, US 31W, and North Miles. We mow those on a cycle. Some of those state roads are mowed by contractors, and we fill in the gaps. We mow them when we're out running our routes. As far as mowing, we get to the north end, we're going to do Ring Road. And the reason that we do that is because that the state only mows twice, sometimes 3 times in a season. So we're figuring that, when people drive into town, they don't realize that that's a state road or a city street. So of course we want the appearance, for people to feel welcome and to walk away or drive away from the city and say, hey, you know what, that's a clean town. So we do that.
Don,
Yes, sir.
excuse me, when you, like on Mulberry,
Mhm.
when you say we have an agreement with the state.
No, we do not have an agreement yet. We're going to work on that and get him.
to work on
Yes, we're working on that. They're already aware of it. I've been talking to representatives from the state, and we're going to try to get some funds for that on mowing state right away.
it. So right now, the agreement is they don't care if we mow.
They
Correct.
mow it 2 or 3 times in a year. That's their contract with their contractor, and we're filling in the gaps. We take that upon ourselves to do that.
Have they voted it off, state, Don?
Some of them they have, some of them they haven't.
I was gonna say,
And they don't mow the medians. We mow the medians. Brush service. Since the first of the year, we picked up 1,322 loads of brush. That certainly is a challenge because we do have 3 loaders, but when you have employees that are either off or you have equipment malfunction or breakdowns, then that puts us behind. And if you drive around town, you'll see several piles of brush that have been out for a while, and we're certainly doing our best to try to keep up with that. We're working 40 hours a week with at least 2 loaders. We're working 2 hours every night over, and we're also working on Saturdays. One thing that we've noticed recently is that residents are stacking brush out in the streets, in the lanes. We'd like to remind them to please keep it out of the lanes. Let's not interfere with traffic flow. We're doing our best. We thank you for your patience, but we're doing the best that we can right now.
Mary, can you make sure you underline that in the paper?
They put it in the road so you get it quicker.
It doesn't work.
During April, of course, April cleanup is a big undertaking for us. We picked up 142 loads of junk, and that is not pickup truck or small dump loads. Those are the large loaders that we use to pick up brush. So certainly during the month of April, we scaled back our brush operation. So that's a big thing. Litter abatement, of course, that's picking up trash in the right of way. 3,356 bags of trash. That is what we've picked up so far this year in city right of way. And that is what's picked up by Public Works. And certainly we appreciate other departments help us. They're assigned different streets and we appreciate the help that they give us, but what they pick up is not accounted for in that number. Street sweeping. I want to talk about that a little bit tonight. We have been deficient in that area due to the fact that the street sweeper that we have is a 1998 model, and it has been down more than what it's been on the road. So the challenge with that piece of equipment is that you cannot get parts for them. And so you have to scurry around trying to find something, some kind of part that would work. Some parts have been fabricated, excuse me, and when you get it on the road, something else breaks down. Last week, and you all budgeted $270,000 for a new street sweeper. Last week, we went and inspected one that is in municipal equipment. They're the vendor that has the state contract pricing this year, and we would like to have that on the agenda at the August 6th meeting. The price of this new sweeper is $267,781. Sign replacement.
That street sweeper ready to be shipped?
It is ready. Yes.
Not like a fire truck.
No, it's ready. It does take 9 months. It takes 9 months to build them. And just so happened the timing is right. And they called us, hey, we've got one. We went up and looked at it, very satisfied with it. In that price, they will come down. They'll do training. We're going to train 5 people on that so we can keep that on the road. And we're excited about that because what we've been doing on the interim is really a lot of handwork. We've had people out with blowers, getting stuff out to the curb line or the gutter line, and then running vacuum trucks. So it's been a challenge. We've focused on the areas, especially like downtown, before festivals and just on a regular basis. So, but when you get outside of downtown and you get some of the subdivisions, we've been deficient in that area. Sign replacement. A couple of years ago, it was noticed, not only in-house, but it's the mayor's program, I like to call it, but street signs were faded. We have replaced in excess of over 1,600 signs in the last 2 years. And if you look at that, 1,600 signs, but each sign is 2 plates. So now the focus is on regulatory signs, speed limit signs, stop signs, excuse me, signs such as that. So we're focusing on that. Again, thank you for your support during the budget process for that, because we spend a tremendous amount of money just on signs.
That's the mayor's program because the senior citizens are beginning to have a problem reading and writing and I did.
I was gonna say, if you notice, some of the signs are larger. We are now where you had a standard size sign. Now we're sizing those signs according to the speed limit. So, because there are different requirements.
The other thing that Don and I have talked about, the city in the past has not had any protocol on street names and the number of letters. And so we're going to work with the planning department through the naming of some things and probably develop some protocols so we don't get some excessive lettering in some of our signage and stuff because of
Right. It is a challenge when you have street signs that are 4 feet long. So when you put them out, try to place them off the street.
Well, I was just thinking about his ditch, I guess.
One division I'd like to talk about for a second is fleet management. It used to be known as the garage, and certainly those people that work in that division, there's 3 mechanics, and they work on every non-emergency piece of equipment and vehicle that's in the city fleet and in their inventory. So recently, we've installed a 2-post lift. We went ahead and put it in a bay that is not assigned to them in anticipation and preparation of the expansion of the garage. And right now they have 4 bays and we have 3 lifts now. We're going to expand that in the renovation once the new operations building is completed to 6 bays. So we want to look at that for them. Other thing, which for them I'm really proud of, is our inventory is now on an Excel spreadsheet. And we used it this year for the first time. Used to, the mechanics would hand count and write on paper what they have in inventory, and that would be due at the end of the fiscal year on June 30th. So everybody was scurrying around. You had to pull them off of working on vehicles and equipment to do inventory. Well, now you punch a button and you print it out, And what's amazing is that in inventory, they have $68,000 in parts and materials for the garage or for the fleet management division. In the sewer infrastructure or the sewer, division, since July 1, through the budget process, we've established a work group. And this work group is going to focus on the requirements of CMOM, or capacity management operations and maintenance. And what this group will do is they will collect data through inspection of main lines, fittings, manholes, anything that's in the infrastructure of the sewer or wastewater collection system. And then they're going to use this data and they're going to schedule preventive maintenance schedules. They're going to either by mechanical hydro rotting or even chemical treatment, which you would chemically treat for roots or grease. The other thing that this data will be used is to identify and schedule repairs in areas that it might be something smaller that can be accomplished by city crews. So if it's just one section of main line or it's broke down, or if it's something to do with roots or whatever that might be. The other thing is manholes. Any area that there's infiltration, that it occurs and gets water into the wastewater collection system, we want to address that and make those repairs as soon as we can. Last thing that we can use this data and along with everything else is that we can use this in our long range planning during the budget process for capital improvements. So we're certainly excited about the things that are going to happen in that group. And that data is, we're even attaching videos from the camera with the location, and then we can use that. That data is passed on to the engineering department, and Mr. Ashley Cruz, he'll take that data and then he'll give us a plan to work with. So certainly we're excited about that. And again, thank you for that during the budget process. In closing, I think I'd like to thank the staff at Public Works for the work that they do. I'd like to thank the citizens for their patience, and I'd like to thank you for your support. We certainly do appreciate it. And hopefully that we're delivering to meet all the needs of the citizens of Elizabethtown. So I'll entertain questions. Anybody got any questions?
Don, I just, recently did some work out there on Ring Road where my wife just about wiped all of you out. I appreciate
She
that.
recovered nicely.
Anyway, that's greatly improved. Appreciate that. And did some work out there for it too. And they all appreciate that. Quite a bit of blacktop work. So, seems like every time we call on you guys, you're there. So thank you very much.
We appreciate the opportunities that we get. As Charlie would call them, opportunities. So, you know, Charlie one time told me, he said, Public Works is everything. You might as well get used to it. And the longer I'm in this job, the more I appreciate that. Certainly, it's a pleasure to be involved in as much as we are. And certainly, like I said, the staff that I work with, they rise to the occasion and they deliver. So I certainly appreciate them.
We appreciate you all.
It is true. Yesterday at Wesley Hilltop, you know, we mentioned Public Works gets involved in everything. You know, that was recreation planning, everything, but you all have your finger in everything and do a good job.
I don't know, is that by design?
Don, in our pothole program, I'm just curious, I either heard or read or caught wind, something, oh, good question.
I was gonna say that you're gonna have to ask the street, hey, you have to ask the street committee chair.
Have we contacted Domino's about filling potholes under their program?
We have not. Ed sent an email out. I think he's been in conversation with the local Domino's, but we haven't done that yet.
Okay.
So
Thomas got a big one right there by his. I think that's
They take care of that.
that's no,
Whole street.
that was traffic calming. He said people were driving too fast past his house, so that's traffic calming.
They were noticing the ditch.
All right, thank you all.
I have a couple quick items under the city's downtown development grant program. We've received a request for 107 North Main Street. The staff has reviewed the application. We will bring a municipal order to you all in August to award a little over $20,000 on a project that involved new storefronts along the 107 North Main Street. That's where the Heritage Council office is and the barber shop and that section of their building. So it's in keeping in compliance with procedures we've used in the past for awarding those grants. More funds available for downtown activities, so. Our committee reviewed it, and that's our recommendation. Like I said, we'll bring that to you all at the August meeting for approval. The next item is, a couple years ago, we were approached by Johnny and Lois Hardesty. They live at 302 Pinecrest Drive up in the Rolling Acres subdivision. Subdivision that was developed back in the 50s. A number of years ago, the city actually corrected the street naming in the subdivision, but there is one street that is adjacent to their property. You can see it on the map. It's called Winterberry. Even though it is dedicated as right-of-way, there is no actual street there. The Hardestys reside at 302 Pinecrest, but they also own two adjoining lots that actually front on Hunter Lane. Their lot of their house fronts on Hunter Lane too. So they've asked that we just close that rear section of the roadway so they can combine some of their properties together. Like I said, we talked to you all about it about 2 years ago. I think everybody was in agreement at that time. The Hardestys have been continuing to look at whether or not they wanted to proceed with that. They've had some discussions recently with engineering and stormwater planning about proceeding with closing the right of way and combining their lots together. Would point out there is a sewer line that runs up along in that area. Of course, the city, as in past practices, whenever we close a right of way and have utilities present, we will retain a multi-purpose utility easement in that area to protect. So even though they close the right of way and they will take ownership of it, we'll still have easements.
Ed, is this one of those, is this a situation where you have to notify or should notify the property owners and
the section that we're closing, the Hardestys are the only ones that adjoin that section. We may talk to Miller Bowley actually owns the property that's on the other side of Winterberry, but we're not going to close that section of it, even though it's, like I said, right of way. That's actually where the driveway comes down to his house.
That's
So
101?
that's at 101.
Okay, that's how I was
So we were going to leave that section open. We're not going to close that. Johnny and Lois have talked to him a number of times. I talked to him a couple years ago about it. I haven't talked to him recently. But yeah, we would leave that section of the right of way open, even though it is not a street and we don't maintain the pavement there because it really is just the driveway to his house, but we would not close that section of it.
I'm looking on the map, and I'm trying to figure out why anybody would use it anyway. Man.
I think years ago, Terry, in the 50s, when this was platted, I think the thought was it was going to open that acreage up that became Hunter Trace subdivision. But then when that subdivision was developed, they oriented the access more toward St. John Road. So yeah, the access really has not been necessary. And like I said, the road was never built. So again, we'll continue to work with them, probably bring that to you all in August also.
Sarah, you want to say anything about the big weekend? You got everybody ready? Police, fire, public works, recreation, you got them all fired up and ready? All right, good. Good. We are too. Okay, you guys have anything? All right, well,
Bingo.
good night.
We won't see you next week, so.
I know it's a fifth Monday.
Yeah.
Marty, I'm gonna get when you all put my name on any building after I leave. don't have to put name in there, just put Ronald Thomas.
Can we do B?
Ronald B. Yeah, Ronald B.
Just do B.
Well, I prefer you put Thomas.